What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video, and today we are back in Planet Coaster in our recreation of Silver Dollar City, and we're going to be working a little bit more on Outlaw Run, but I want to go a little bit further today, and that's going to be my goal. But we'll see how all of this plays out. So when we left off, I know we made this awesome fence with the gate over here. That is actually really, I was actually very, very proud of, to be honest. So that turned out nice, and here we are again, back in it. And what I want to really kind of do is just go further into trying to complete this. And to do that, I think we're going to try and get ready and finish the transfer track area, or the storage building rather, and get into that a little bit and go from there. So this actually goes all the way down that direction, so we'll work on that a little bit. Let me go ahead and pull up Google Earth here, that way I have a good estimation of where everything is. So we're gonna go Google. Let me bring it up. You guys can't see it yet, or you guys can't see it in the live stream, but I can. So let's see. Let me set my maps for Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri. There we go. I now got it up on Google Maps. Now I just gotta wind myself around to Outlaw Run. That way we get a good spot of that. Alright, so there it is. I can see it now in all its glory. There we go. Sweet. So, from the looks of it, actually, this is actually set level with this, which is a good thing to note, that I actually did this slightly wrong. So, not a hard fix. All we gotta do is delete this, delete that, and just copy these across this way. We're gonna have to change the grid size. So we'll get rid of a bit of this, and we will get this going. There we go. That way that is where that needs to be. And I believe it just kind of goes under like so, if I remember. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to fix that piece that had the walkway, the little catwalk. And what we need to do is, what I'm going to do is, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find the walkway first, actually. Which might actually be under building, but I'm not entirely sure. But I found the metal walkway there. Let's go custom. And I believe it's under, is it under sci-fi? We'll find out. Yes, it's under sci-fi. We're going to make this black just like the rest of them here. And we are going to rotate it, and just because we have to get it over here, back over here. This isn't going to matter too much because it's going to be an area that you're not going to really be able to see. But I like to have it just for that realistic purpose of, you know, saying, hey, I even got the inside of the storage building for this. So just kind of a neat little thing to include. Alright. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to pretty much be there. Alright, I'm going to move these supports a little bit. And we're going to have to get our transfer here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to coasters. And since it's actually a steel track on the inside, we're going to go ahead and use the steel track here. if that makes sense. Alright, we want to make sure this is perfectly aligned. It looks pretty close. I just got to make sure it's perfectly straight, because if it's not, it's not going to work as well. So, need to go that way just a bit. Whoopsie. Where is it at? Alright, as long as it's fairly close. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but it needs to be 100% perfect, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is make sure this is actually the same level as the transfer track, because that's going to be important, that this is actually the same height. Or at least roughly the same height. Alright, so we're going to want to line it up here with this. And now we're just going to place it where it will let us. Which is nowhere. Great. Obstructed how? I guess the fences. Fences are going to get in the way, I bet. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting thing. So what we're going to do is get this down here. We're just going to try and get the track where we want it to be. That's the goal here. Get the track where we need it to be. Alright, am I on angle snap? That's pretty darn close. I'm gonna get it around just a little bit more. Alright, I want you at 0. Like so. Alright, but then we want to rotate it just slightly this way. See, once we get the transfer track in here perfectly aligned, we'll be in good shape. Looks like we're gonna have to go just a bit higher, maybe. I don't know why this won't place. Obstructed. Probably because of this. That's the thing. If you have obstacles in the way, it's not going to let you place something, which is kind of annoying. Alright, yep. And that's what it was. Now we just gotta get this exactly where we need it. There we go. Literally just trying to center this. That's all I'm trying to do. And that looks like that's going to be the closest we can get. So I'm going to delete a couple of these. At least this giant station over here. I don't need that over there. Alright, so let's make this a block section. We'll also change the color, of course, too. Once we get to that. And we want the track just hanging over just a smidge, like so. Like always. And then for the other side, we're just going to have to twist her around. Which we might actually have to do right here first, because it's going to be try and be difficult for us. But no matter. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to grab all this, make this block section, get rid of that piece, and that piece. And now all we need to do is just create another spot that's hanging out just a little bit. Like so. Same on this side. Whoops. Guess I pushed the wrong button. Nope, it's just clicking onto that one, that's why. Here, we'll click there. Alright, there we go. And now we'll just have the whole thing selected, go to Customize, and we're going to change the color to what we need it to be. We also need to get rid of the supports as well. Alright, so let's get the color here. I'll get it as close as I can. It's kind of like this brownish kind of color. It's like an interesting brown, kind of like that. Technically, it's like this. So, let's get a little bit closer to that. Closer to the orangish red color. I'm going to get it as close as I can. I'm not going to be able to get it perfect, but that's pretty close right there. As long as it's close, you know, that's all that matters. So we're going to go, let's go back in here and get rid of these supports. Whoops. So they're not hanging out there. Alright, so track support's gone. And track supports. There we go. Alright, and that's going to do it for that. Alright, that was always fun. I've already done that part, but I had to do it again. Since we moved the entire structure over here, it was something we had to get done. So let's go back into walls, and we're going to get this back where it needs to be. Alright, let me get up my reference photos. If I can find them. That would be fantastic. Alright, so it's pretty much, I know what it is, or what it looks like, so. But let's go ahead and do this first. And we're going to add this. Hopefully, this will work out okay. I have no idea if it's going to work properly. But we're going to find out. Because this roof serves as the roof for the storage building as well. And it goes all the way down to the other side. Now, my hopes are that it's not going to go down too low. And it looks like it's going to be pretty close. Which I don't think it's going to be a huge deal if it does go a little bit too far. Just got to match this up every time. Make it nice and clean. Come on. So you don't want that line there. You want it perfectly in place, which can always be a kind of tough thing to do. We're going to move this down just a bit more, smidge more. It's like almost impossible. It's next to impossible, but there it is. I actually got it. I don't know how I got it, but I got it there. It's just like, I need you to work with me here. Like, you have to be so perfect. Alright, hold on. What do I use to edit my streams and videos? Well, it's two different things, actually. I use OBS to stream, and I use, which is kind of like live editing. So I use OBS for live streaming, and then for editing, I use Sony Vegas. There we go. At the moment, anyways. And then actually for recording videos, I don't use OBS. I actually use something else. I use Bandicam for actually recording videos, because it usually has a little bit better quality for recording. But as far as streams go, it is OBS. But as for OBS, like in live streams, you can like kind of like live edit, so you can actually like transition to different screens and things like that. But it's not like real editing, kind of. Alright, this should be the last one. It actually planed out pretty perfectly. Or worked out very well. Alright, might have to move you just a pinch to get that perfect spot. It's like in between this and what it's taken me to. Come on, work with me. This is the last one, come on. I wish I could or like slide it all the way down like I want to, but it's not gonna let me, obviously. Oh, can I just do that? Yeah, it's pretty close. I know I'm like trying to get this perfect, and I probably shouldn't. That's good enough. It'll be fine. It'll be cool. Totally awesome. It'll be totally awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to continue this kind of over here. And I'm going to actually use this texture, use this wooden texture. So it's going to take, be a little time consuming, but it's going to be worth it once we're all done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this over a couple of times, and we're going to create the first level. Kind of like what we did on the first side. And just as expected, it only lets you get so close to the track. Which is sometimes an annoyance, but it's okay because we can just leave a little gap there. It's not going to kill anyone if we do. Ever try sculpting using your terrain tools? You built your first coaster working in challenge mode 6.0 excited rating, and you're gonna try to terrain a dragon head around the entrance. I haven't sculpted too much in the with the terrain tools. I have a little bit, but I'm not very good when it comes to like sculpting stuff. But it's really impressive what I've seen people do. So that's actually really cool. So keep up that good work. Let's see. Next time you go to Carowinds, you're going to start a Carowinds recreation series. That sounds fun. I want to focus a lot on Silver Dollar City quite a bit here, and I'm hoping that it turns out the way I'm hoping. So I want to get really far down the line here, and I actually want to get to the new ride area eventually, and actually make it look like something's being constructed. I want to keep it updated like real life. It'll be really neat. And it excites me. Alright, so we're going to get into, I believe we use these pieces. We're going to get into this. Oh gosh, I need to find the same shade of green. I wish I could like select the color here because it's not present. See, this is the color I need. There, I added it. All right, that's how we can do it. We'll go there, and then it should be up here now. Yeah. All right. Oh no, your Salvador City, Texas park you were working on got deleted. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's a good idea to use the Steam Workshop as a backup file. I actually did that a little bit with Westwood before when I was having issues of it getting deleted, or not saving properly, which I did figure out why I was doing that, so it's all good now. You saw a video where Coaster Studios, yes, I saw that one as well, did it over the fence. It looks like it's a dark ride coaster. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a dark ride. I can clearly see where everything's going to be. Here's my speculation. All right, so the thing is huge. The building they're building is absolutely huge. My speculation, you can clearly see where the loading station's going to be. They actually have like the slot where the track's going to go, so you can actually see that. And then below it, I believe that's all going to be queue line or a break room or different things like that. I think it's most likely going to be a queue line more than anything. All right, this is the shortest one we have. How am I gonna do this? But anyways, it's going to be a queue line, in my opinion. And then over to the right, I think that's going to be the storage building for the trains. In my opinion, that's what it looks like it's going to be. And yeah, the loading station is actually like about 90 feet tall where it's going to start. And that's absolutely massively insane. I can't believe how tall that is actually going to be. But I'm very excited. I can't wait till they announce the ride in August. Because they have revealed it is going to be a ride. They never said coaster, but it is going to be a ride. And that's obviously obvious. But if you kind of see what they did with Lightning Rod's queue line, it's actually there as well. You know, it's the queue line's like under the station, going all the way under. It's actually really, really neat. It's kind of like I really compare it to that station building a lot. Like Lightning Rod station building kind of resembles this one quite a bit. So I kind of think it will be kind of similar. Since they are sister parks, you never know what they might do. But I've seen it for myself, and it's a really massive station building, I'll say that. And you know, there could be an indoor section. I'm not ruling that out or anything. I'm just giving my opinion of what I think it's going to be like. I think it would actually be really cool if it like started out indoors. That'd be kind of neat. Alright, now the issue here, these aren't actually as tall. Let's see if I can get this at a level that will work. Looks like that's going to be perfect right there. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. I said excellent for some reason. I have no idea why. Alright, we're going to do Control D. But we're going to get this level right here. My goal is just to have this enclosed and have the walls all up on the station and really just get everything kind of completed in the Outlaw Run area, ride station and queue line wise. That's what I'm trying to get done because it's taking quite a bit of time to get done with all this detailing here. Alright, so we'll move on to this side now. I just want to get this side of the wall done. Move on to the next thing. And you know, I can always come back. There we go. We got a nice little storage for our trains. Might be possible if I can... I don't know. I'm going to have to do the other side too. It's like maybe if there's somehow I could copy it, but I don't think there really is. So we're just going to have to deal with it. There we go. All right, we got to finish this side over here now, so we're going to keep this up. I guess we're going to have to do the... Gosh darn. We're going to have to use the smaller ones here, since we're starting to decline. All right, let's get this all the way over. Nope, you're supposed to go all the way over. Alright, the other side won't be as hard because we don't have to worry about the open storage here. We just gotta pretty much put walls on the side. And it'll be a lot easier because we have to do it on all the sides here. Alright, so now we're just gonna go over and make this. I'm gonna cover the top pieces up, I think, with kind of like a roof trim. I don't exactly know what it looks like because I didn't actually get a reference photo of this side. And someone asked, "Are you gonna diagonal trim the roof?" Yes. I will do something at least. That's for sure. My goal in this episode is to try and move to the giant swing area. Get over there at least a little bit. So, not necessarily finish Outlaw Run over here, but at least get that going and almost completed. So, but at the same time, work a lot on Outlaw Run as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm not going to complete every section of the park, and while I move on, I want to kind of move to a new section every so often and at least get it started. So Outlaw Run I did quite a bit on, obviously, and it's actually turning out really good. We're actually getting closer. The terraforming obviously needs a lot of work. It was just kind of thrown together to get this over here, so but that will come together soon, hopefully, and we'll see how all that plays out. So there's actually a stall right here, a frozen lemonade stall, that we can actually put in, and I'll probably just put in something like a gulpy slush or something along those lines. But I'm going to get another couple reference photos off, and I'm going to try and work my way down the road here. So I want to get the fences up over here, and we're going to go down this direction. I feel like I made this all a little bit too long, because I feel like this is, I don't know, because the stall will go right here. Maybe I wasn't as off as I think I am, but being too hard on myself. All right, let me see. So there's the gate. All right, now some reference photos. So I need to find the right pictures here. I even got a couple pictures of the giant swing as well. So that area I can actually get started fairly soon. If I can just find the reference photo I'm looking for. Aha. There's this one. Where did I end this at? Alright, there's the sign. Then I created this one. And then there's another tall one. So if I go over here, it's actually another one of these. So I'm gonna select all this and just copy everything as best as I can. There we go. Use Control X. Hopefully I got everything. Looks like I did. And this is all looks straight still, so that will be good. The good thing is it just continues the same kind of buildings here, or the walls, so I can literally just copy these. Alright, let me get this cross pieces here, because then it does one of these next. For some reason it's diagonal. Yeah. No fun there. Alright. So we have the diagonal piece, and there's actually like a overhang where some benches are and stuff like that are right here. So we're going to go into roofs, or roof decorations, or is it roof trims? Roof trims. And I'm actually going to take this, because this piece will actually work quite nicely if I just rotate it the way it needs to go. And it connects kind of right before the top here. And it's not super, just slightly slanted a little bit. And it goes across here, about right here. And it's not even that long. It's more like about another half piece here. If I can line that up perfectly, yeah, that'll work. And then there's just a couple of benches under there, and there is a support column that goes right here. And it's literally just a pole, and it actually goes through the top with a lantern on top of it, so. And this is actually around right here, actually the center of this. So let me raise this through, see about where it's going to go. Needs to go about right there. And there's a lantern on top of that, so we'll click that there. And it's got another support at the other side, but there's actually no, it actually doesn't go through. It's just here. And it's just like a little covered area where some benches are. And that's actually very well in proportion of where it's supposed to be. So that's nice. Alright, and we'll get the lights up here. See if I can get a lantern that's so far. That one's the best. Let's go into scenery and see what we have over here. Yes, it's more like one of these. That one will look good. Oh, I see we're talking about the front or the back. That's always a interesting question for like any coaster, actually. Do you prefer the front row or the back row? Me, it's very difficult for me because I absolutely love all the rows. For me, I love the G-forces in the back, and I love the view in the front. You know, you get, to me, you get a little bit more of an intense ride if you ever ride in the back seats. And that's what I believe. You always get that a little bit more of an intense ride to it, but, let's see, how did I do this? Alright, I think I did something slightly wrong here, but it's okay. So, let's see, that goes there. I'm just going to skip that part and go straight into the larger one. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this piece. Yes. Now there's actually a little planter spot right here, which we're going to add as well. But we're just going to keep this where we need it. And it is going to stay straight, and then the next one is actually going to have a little bit of a turn to it. Now the thing here is angle snap, no thank you. So the thing here is we're going to place this here, and it's actually going to be considerably just a bit taller because there's actually a planter that will go here that it sits on top of. And then that will lead us to another one, but one of these going the other way. It actually has both of these here. So we'll do Control X. It's going to be the same height, except it's going to be rotating a little bit further that direction. So it's going to go just slightly that way. Like so. Alright, let's get the height. This is the same height. About right there. Well, maybe not. About right there. Alright, there we go. Alright, so looks like we're going to have to add a bit more on this. There we go. And the bottom pieces will be covered up. And then there's a small planter. Did I even get a picture of that? Probably not. And there's also the Outlaw Run star. Oh, I can't wait to make the Outlaw Run star. That's going to be awesome. A lot of fun. The Outlaw Run star. Alright, I'm in the Outlaw Run area. Let's see, that goes that way just a bit. And yeah, so it's just a planter that goes around right here. I got a slight picture of it, just a little part of it, but it should work. I should know where it goes. Like, here we go. So I should just be able, let's do this. Alright, and I just want to come around here, and it starts right, pretty much right here at the edge. Maybe just like a pinch further, but it's alright. And we're just going to create, let's go about, 3 high will probably be about good. And then we need to create a flat piece on top, which I think this will work well for us. One of these pieces. If I can just get the angle snap turned on. Just like so. Right about there. Let's pull you out just a pinch further. It's not as that thick, but it will have to do. Alright, so we're just going to copy this around and place it where we need it. Let's get that dreadful angle snap turned off. Alright, if we can get this, place where we need it. Ah, that dreadful diagonal part it has to it really kind of knocks us off here. making this very difficult, or a lot more difficult anyways. Come on. Work with me. Almost there. I'm so close. Doesn't have to be perfect. But it's got to be close to perfect. All right, let me get I got a picture of the stall here. My gosh, it's all messed up. Alright, so it's going to go straight here for a bit. Just for a second. This was probably a little bit too tall, but... They need a theme park in Sacramento. Do you agree? In my opinion, they need a theme park everywhere. That's what everything needs. A theme park everywhere. I think no one will disagree with me on that one. Theme park everywhere. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm not going to finish that until I get this building in, and this is going to be the let's see, let's go building. What we're going to do now is we're going to create the frozen beverage stall here that's right outside Outlaw Run. Which is probably about 2 walls long. Alright, let's create it. It's a kind of yellowish color to it. Almost like that. Except maybe a little bit more washed out. Yeah, more like that. Alright, this is probably going to be around right here. Yeah, that seems about right. Alright, and then we'll just put in a regular one here. And it's a nice little... It's literally just a little stall here, which has a very steep decline up there. Alright, let's see how steep they have here. So I'm going to go to roofs. We're going to use the steepest ones they have. It's probably not that big, though, to be honest. Let's go to roof trims. You can really use this to your advantage, too. You can actually use these. Let's turn the angle snap on for a moment. That way I can turn this all the way around. These are actually a very useful piece that you can use. It's not quite that steep, but probably more like that. Let's see, actually, I'm going to place that down, but let's actually get... I want the steepest ones I can find. That'll be fine. It will be fine. So we can literally just use the in-game ones here. Alright, and then the top piece is actually, let me find it, and the walls. We'll use these same ones, and we'll add some detailing a little bit. It's a lot wider. I might be able to make it myself. If I just turn the grid size off, I could probably... Do I ever get tired of making Outlaw Run? Sometimes. I mean, absolutely not. That's why I'm trying to move on to another section of the park. So I can actually move on from Outlaw Run a little bit. So this technically is an Outlaw Run. This is a little slushy stall. Or, not slushy. That's what I'm going to put in there because they don't have frozen lemonade. But this is a frozen lemonade stall. Frozen beverage stall. So, alright, I got a better idea of how I'm going to make this. So I'm going to use the smaller tools here. I'm going to build this across, and then I'm going to put one in the middle, which will serve as that. And that actually looks very good, except for the darn thing getting in the way, of course. But I might have an idea to get past this, actually. If I put it on the outside, because there's actually an awning right here that could actually cover this up. Yeah, that will actually work, probably. So it has a trim that goes all the way around at the same time. So we're gonna build this awning, which is, I'm just literally gonna use this piece again because I love, actually this piece actually will work very nicely. And I want to line it up with this kind of, and hopefully the trim will actually cover that up the way I'm hoping. I hope. Oh, that's very tall. That's a little bit too tall. I made this building a little bit too tall. I can tell you that much. Let me see. Because honestly, it should be probably around right here. In all technicality. And this should be probably about half the height. Let me see what I can do here. Let's see if I can't, Alright, let's get rid of these. We're gonna redefine how this works, so... Not really redefine. But I'm going to do my best to get this to work to the best of my ability. Let's go about... Let's change the grid height so I can literally get that where I need. Alright, actually... Let's build this first. Yeah, that will look good. That's where I want it. And then we can do this. Might even maybe go a little bit lighter on this than I thought. That way, I can place these here. Can I make you even? Oh, it's even right there. And then... We'll get the roofs, which will be this one, I believe. I believe it is correct. There we go. That's a little bit better proportion-wise. I made it a little bit too tall. This is just a little bit. This is how detailed I am. This is just a tiny little stall, and I was... judging myself because I made it slightly too tall. That's how much detail I'm putting, or trying to put into this to get this, everything correct here. That's dedication. This is why I believe it's going to take up to years to actually complete this park. To actually complete this, because it's going to take a lot of dedication and patience. Something that I try to have, but don't always have. But I'm still proud of how this is turning out. It's starting to it actually does look a lot like the stall that's actually here. It makes me happy. Alright, this just needs to go about right there. And then let's copy these to the other side. There we go. That way that's supported. Alright, this is the Pony Express stall. And now we're going to go in and do some trims here. Trimming. We're going to trim it all up. And it's going to look good. So we're going to put these pieces here. Let's turn it into the smaller one. And we're going to rotate you vertically. Like so. That's good. All right. We got this. And I'm going to rotate you back down here because it goes all the way around the building. Kind of like so. Alright, we'll get you to the other side. Alright, I'm going to push all these back just a pinch. Just a hair. What we're going to do is just... There we go. Exactly what I wanted. Alright, now we're going to start descending the side here. Let's get the longer piece. There we go. We'll copy it to the other side. You little piece of poop. Of course, you would do that to me. It's okay. I can just place it over. I came prepared. Alright, and there's going to be a bottom piece at the bottom as well. We'll use the larger piece. That will go across here. And the smaller piece will actually rise up here. And there's a couple of pieces that go across here. And we'll just copy this above because there's also another one. Like that, except for the end here. There's actually not one right there. So we'll patch this up. That looks good. But there is a vertical piece that goes higher up. This direction. And it goes up just a bit of a ways. Let's go even go small here. And the menu sign will be located about right here as well. Right there. Now it's not 100% perfect because this entire thing is actually open for the stall, but we just want to make sure that's something that can actually fit in there for the stall itself. just for purposes of this actually being a real stall for guests to actually work. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the building, editing the building. So this is a frozen beverage stand. We're gonna want to use probably Gulpy Slush will be the closest thing we'll get here. I would believe. Makes sense. Anyways, frozen beverage, Gulpy Slush makes the most sense, in my opinion. So there's that little frozen beverage, which is actually very well placed, I think. Location-wise, I actually want to really get to the Outlaw Run Star, which is actually located around right over here. Actually, let me take a look overhead on Google Maps of where it's located. Yeah, it's about right across from the Outlaw Run sign, so I'm still doing a pretty decent job. I think the Outlaw Run sign might actually be able to be moved down just a bit more. But as for this, there's a little spot right here, and then you get into the Outlaw Run Star. Which I have a reference photo of, and I absolutely love the Outlaw Run Star. So, again, there's a couple of details still missing from the building. Like there's a sign right here, it says something on the top as well. I think it actually says, yeah, it says Pony Express at the top. But I'm excited to get into the Outlaw Run Star because that's something I'm actually going to be able to build. So it starts off with kind of a brick bottom here. So we're going to get into kind of the, let's see, castle wall. Could go into, probably the brick will be the best idea here. We'll just need to recolor it. So let's just change the colors on this to be gray and a kind of like a I don't know, maybe let's see if there's anything that would actually match that better a little bit. Yeah, this will actually be probably better. A little lime plaster here. Maybe. I'm trying to look through to see the best option for this, and it's like a natural kind of brick. It looks more like rocks placed together, if that makes sense. I'm trying to see if there's anything a little bit closer. I'm not seeing anything. The closest thing is actually probably this, to be honest. Yeah, we're actually going to use this. Why not? Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and go into grid size. It's actually about that long. Darn fighting texture, though. That's going to be kind of the crappy part, but not much more we can do about that. So we're going to go back into building because it actually goes a little bit at an angle here. So it goes from here to an angle. Kind of like so. Let's get rid of angle snap, and we're going to want to attach this here. And there is another one there, but it's not going to work out. So we're going to do a Control X here, and we're going to place this here as well. Man, I'm so excited for this one. It's probably not that angled, but it's pretty angled here. There we go. And the terrain actually sits a little bit on this. I don't know if this is going to work. If I turn the size all the way down, we'll see. Sculpting, raise up. See if I can't get this to work. Whoops. No, didn't want Didn't want that. So really hard to work with these small spots, but it's actually working quite well. Because this is actually raised up just a little bit. Alright, so we'll place this a little bit further back here for right now. I want to try and keep the... Let's see, that's not gonna... Guess that's not gonna work very well, so we'll just keep raising it up a little bit here. As best as we can. Doesn't have to be 100% glorious perfect. Hey Joe, how are you doing? I am doing fantastic. How about yourself? I hope you guys are doing great. Because I'm doing pretty good. Alright, so it's like these large pipes, and there's one large center one. So let's see what we can find that would actually work for this. I have a couple ideas. I could use the art shapes. So it's not that big. Not that big. It's a larger centerpiece, more about this size. Just the top of it's going to be the part, because it's kind of got a weird top to it. On all of them. So we're going to go in here. And it's kind of like a brownish color, kind of like that. So we're going to place this here, and we're going to go with the advanced move tool. It's pretty much perfectly centered here at this point. And I'd say the centerpiece is uses about this thickness of thing. And it's pretty tall too. Considerably taller than the stall there. It's probably around right here. If I had to guess, it'd be a pretty good height. Alright, and I could probably make the star on top with the shapes. We're gonna see how this turns out, but I'm gonna try my best. See how this turns out. All right, so there's 4, 5, 6 sides, triangular sides to the star. And it's got like little balls on the ends of them as well, kind of like a round-shaped balls at the end as well. So, let's see. That's trying to debate whether using this size or this size. Let's try this size. Except I didn't want to do that. So we're going to go scenery. And let's use this one. Except we're going to use this. Alright. I'm going to try and make this. And hopefully it will turn out beautiful. So it's kind of a yellowish, you know, kind of like what you would think a star would kind of be. I want to try and make sure I get this color perfect. Let's see, more like, oh, come on. Trying to find colors is a struggle. Maybe about right there. We're going to go with this one. Alright, and then we're going to look for a sphere. Oh my gosh, that sphere is too big. Is there anything smaller? I wish they had smaller shapes. Sometimes these shapes are just a little bit too large. Like, this is definitely too large. But it might work alright, though. Alright, the only thing is I should probably make this a part of a building, though. That way I can copy. So, let's go to columns, and there's actually a very small pipe holding this up. So, is this under buildings? I've probably seen her. No, it's under buildings. I was thinking about using the pipes here. Nah, it's too big. I need something like very small. But there's nothing small enough. Like I said, I wish they had some very small, a lot smaller pieces. Choose the puzzle. Alright, so I'm gonna actually get these back. I can actually use the multi-selection tool. And probably, no. Unless I saved it as a blueprint, it's not gonna work out very well. That's alright. Alright, so this is going to go this direction. Of course you would do that. Ah, my phone turned off. Why? So, okay, I see how this works, I think. Kind of. Those are at an angle. I don't have the right shapes. I'm gonna say that. Probably don't have the right, correct shaping here. Oh wait, no, I do. Never mind, if I do this. That would make sense, yeah. Alright, if I turn you all the way around. Because I need you to do the same thing, but on the other side. Like so. Maybe. I don't know which way I have it angled now. Do I need to go? There it is. I found it. Except I didn't rotate it all the way around. Oh, crap. Well, maybe should I be able to just do this? Yes, it's the same. How lucky is that? I never get that lucky. Of course I don't. Alright, now let's get these on the ends of these ones as well. It's actually looking pretty good. The balls, little spheres at the ends are a little bit big. But it actually works quite well. That's actually starting to shape up kind of nicely. I actually am pretty proud of that. Alright, let's do the same thing, except on the bottom now. Should be about the same. If I do that. Right? Yes. We are shaping up this sheriff's badge to perfection. Alright, and then there is a bottom one as well. So we might have to raise all this up, which will be not a problem. Make sure we get these on there. I can't hear you, Jess. Oh, cool, thanks. I'll take a look at it. Ooh, so I just got word that Sapphire Jess, who is actually working on, this is Westwood related, but Sapphire Jess, I told her to, or asked her to make me logos for, oh gosh, logos for Westwood. So she said she just finished Iron Ghost's logo, which is actually very exciting. I actually can't wait to see it. I hope it's good. She says, I don't know if you'll like it, but I'm like, I'll probably like it. Alright, that's actually shaping up pretty well. I'm very proud of myself. I usually can't make anything out of the shapes, but this time I actually did. Yeah. Oh, Jesse sent a photo. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Oh my goodness, I wish I could show you guys. Like, it looks legit like a real ride logo. That is awesome. I'm gonna text you real quick. Alright. Sorry about that. Like, you guys are gonna freak when you guys see this logo. Alright, so let's get back into this. Scenery. I should have made it all like part of a building. That's what I should have done. Do I watch wrestling? Back in the day, I used to, but not anymore. I haven't watched wrestling in I don't even know how long. Here's the fun part. There's actually a circular piece in the middle here that connects all of them. Let's see if I can get the right size. Let's make it the right. It's got to be the same color. Let's see if this fits in here. All right. It's kind of got a little bit of a bevel to it. I probably won't be able to get this 100% perfect, but I'll do my best. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I can see if I can't find a round. Ooh, maybe. Maybe if I used this. Oh gosh, come on. Sorry, I'm very excited about this. Like, I never make anything with these signs or anything. Only problem is the backside's not gonna look pretty good. If I do it this way. I said do. Let's see if there's any other pieces I could use. and try this one. This will probably actually work a lot better. See, what we need to do actually is get rid of this circular piece and use the sphere. That would work a lot better. There we go. Yes! That's beautiful. That actually looks really good. Compared to the real thing, it actually looks pretty legit. There's another symbol of the star on the inside part. I don't know how I would be able to do that. But, oh my gosh. Yes. Alright, now we just need to get the pipes around it. But I also need a small support that supports it as well. Now there's a top piece up here. But again, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It kind of has, I don't know how to explain it. If I can even make this, but I'm going to try my best. See if there's any piece here. Any pieces that I could use for this. Otherwise, I'm just kind of doomed, you know? Because it's got like an angled opening that's like sideways. I don't know if that makes any sense, but, like all the pipes have them. And I don't know exactly how I'd be able to do it. Okay. So if there's an oval kind of shape, maybe? Is there like an oval piece that I can use? That's very small. I'm just spitballing here because I had no clue how I'm going to make this. See if I made this the exact same color. It might work. No, it's not gonna. That's actually not gonna work. I don't know. I don't know if there's really any shapes I can use for this, unless I can find something in the scenery objects. If I can find that, we'll be golden. All right, what I need to do is actually find this color. Boop. So we're gonna click on it. That usually gets a hold of it. Don't change the color. I don't want you to change the color. And it probably changed the color, didn't it? Yes, it did. Here, well, can I undo that? I think I undid it. Yeah, it looks good now. Alright, so there's other pipes around here. And they're a little bit smaller. So we're going to have to take the smallest ones. That's about good right there. Oh my. And there's one in the center that actually goes almost all the way to the top, just before the top. It's actually quite interesting what they did put together here. There we go. It turned up this time. Alright, that's centered. There we go. But hello, someone said hi. Hello to everyone. To you, and you, and you, and you. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do the tops of these pieces. I don't really have a solution for that just yet. But I'm still pretty stinking proud of this star. Still pretty proud of it. Alright, so that will go there. And then there are ones on the side. I'm just taking these one step at a time. And these go about the exact same height, actually. And they're on either side. Don't believe there's really much on the back sides of these. Tell you what, though, I'm excited for the Outlaw Run star. Like, pretty stinking proud of this so far. It's not perfect yet. Like, it's not done. But, like, pretty excited. Pretty stoked. If everything else looks like crap, at least I know this is gonna look pretty decent. Am I right? Alright, let's directly get this to the other side as well. And we'll start working our way down. And the ones in between those are actually both kind of different. There we go. But I hope everyone has had a fantastic day. I'm having a great day. Just make sure you also have a cooler tomorrow. I'm not ending the video. I just wanted to say that. There we go. Alright, now we're going to make these in between. These aren't going to be as tall. They're about... this one's about halfway up. Halfway. Again, if I knew how to make the end pieces, which I don't know what I would be able to do for those. It would be nice, but I don't know what I'm going to do for them. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to have to copy and paste every single one. Alright, this one's actually just slightly shorter than the other one. Interestingly enough. And, like, just slightly. I don't know if they just mismeasured in real life or what, but I think it's supposed to look a little bit random anyways. There's actually two of them in between here. Poop. That's alright, I can move them. All we gotta do is go into multi-selection and just move it over a bit. That way there's enough for two, because there's actually an inside one as well. That's not as... Actually, these are on the inside. Or no, this one's on the inside that I was looking at, and the other one's on the outside, so... Just ignore everything I say, I guess. In other words. Alright, so let's go to multi-selection. We'll push this one back just a bit. Making room for another. It's like all these giant pipes everywhere and stuff. And this one should probably be a little bit, or actually taller, so. And what I actually did for it. And then we'll make this one a bit taller too. So then there's another one that actually goes right there. Which, crap, I can't do it that way. Can't do that way. Alright, color. Check. Alright, and this one is going to be just slightly shorter than that one. It's actually going to be shorter than both of those. If you guys are talking about SDC, I can probably tell you it's not going to be a B&M. And the way everyone says, it's actually not B&M footers. I'm just going to put that out there. With the station stands about roughly 90 feet tall right now, which is absolutely huge for a station. How's work going? Work is going awesome. I'm actually having a really good idea. Or actually having really fun at work. But I think you can get rid of the B&M dive coaster idea. I don't think it's going to happen at SDC, at least not this year, or next year anyways, when it opens. But, there's just, I don't see it it doesn't look anything like a dive coaster so far, so. I don't actually know how tall this one is, because it actually does not show up on my picture. Alright, now there's two more pipes that I'm almost done with, and they're both in between the two middle pieces that I just placed, in between these two. And they are just a bit smaller. I should vlog my day then. Well, the park was closed today, so I don't have anything to vlog for the day. We don't open back up until Friday. So I don't go back to work until Friday. So in the meantime, I thought I'd do some Planet Coaster. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so basically the pipes are done. There's just one little detail that bugs me that makes them not look right. And that's what it's missing. And it's kind of like the slanted opening of the pipes, which I don't know how I'm going to make. For right now, we'll just leave it at this at the moment, and hopefully that will look good. Alright. Alright, I am texting because we're talking about the logo for Iron Ghost. Alright, so am I doing a vlog Friday? Probably. It's been a while since I did my last vlog, so I just kind of want to do days where something interesting happens, you know, and nothing's just boring like it's a normal day. I'd prefer to do it on something that's, you know, but. Alright, can work. Alright. Sorry. Anyways, let's see. Let's go ahead and get some paths forming here. So what I'm going to do is place this over here. And why did I do that? All right, so I'm gonna click this, and we are going to split from building. That way it's its own building. We're gonna click X, and we're gonna get rid of angle snap. Of course, the terraforming got us off a little bit here, but that's okay. We can manage this up a little bit. Gosh darn it, didn't want you to do that. But you did it anyways. There we go. Now we just gotta fill this piece in, which we'll just kind of do that. And it should be good. Of course, we gotta change the terrain a little bit there. Just a little bit. Ah. I'm so impressed by myself. I'm excited of how it's turned out so far. There's actually a little sign right here that says something encouraging as well. But for right now, we're just going to leave that as it is. This fence actually continues back behind this as well. And there's actually a fence, or there's actually a gate that opens up about right here. That is also there as well. And we might be able to use Google Earth a little bit to help us out just a bit. So we're going to use Google Maps, kind of get the idea of how this looks. So there's the star is right there. You can't really see it in Google because it's a straight up shot and you can't really see it, but the gate literally is right there, and it's kind of angles out, so the gate is literally right here. So again, the proportion not 100% good. So, but this one's a little bit will be a little bit angled that way, and an actual gate will actually go that direction as well. Again, nothing's perfect, but we darn sure try to do our best. That is for sure. Alright. Because the train tracks will be down there, because I actually did this hill in the wrong spot. It actually needs to go directly right here. Alright, before I go any further, I got to make sure that this is correct as well, because it's actually very hard to do. And this is a lot more angled than I thought they were. Or it's not, but I don't know. I'm very confused of how I did this wrong. I'm looking zoomed out. I'm going to get the exact angle I'm looking from Google Earth. Yeah, this needs to come out further, and then it will go this way. So I think that's the main thing I need to do here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to delete a couple of these. We're going to delete all the angled ones here. And this needs to go straight just a little bit longer. So we'll go ahead and select all these, and we're going to go further down here. And then probably, because this is the thing I had issues on last time, was I was trying to get this very much correct. And if I angle this right here and put the gate right here, that'll actually be fairly perfect. So we're very close. So if I can just get this angle correct. Which, that is about where it looks like it's at. Because it will come around here, and this is how it's going to go. So this is, the extended queue will come around this direction. This is the Trailblazer on the other side, so the Trailblazer entrance is right here. This is the extended queue entrance, or where the extended queue goes. And we got to go around this way. So thank you, Google Maps, for really helping me out here. And it just kind of depends how far I want to go here. Because the gate will be about right here. It's actually very parallel with this. Alright, I feel like I need to put more of an angle on this. Just a bit more. Just a pinch more. Because that definitely wasn't a big enough angle. And I also got to keep in mind that I need to be able to fit 2 lanes here as well. Alright, let's take a look at this. This has to be perfect. And that's the challenge, is that it has to be pretty much perfect here. Alright, so this is going to go around here. And we actually need... So we're going to take this. So we actually do need more, or another piece here. Aha! Don't know if it actually does that just like this, but it's definitely something very similar. Alright, so if I place the exact angle here... Yeah, see, I want to make that a little bit longer. That's not where it needs to be yet, so... So I'm actually going to do this. So we're gonna want to split this in the middle. Sorry, I've been off the chat. Sorry. Alright, let's see what you guys are all talking about. Everyone's just kind of like talking about a lot of random stuff, which is kind of funny. Seems to happen a lot in the streams, but... How do you guys think this looks so far? I'm very curious. Like, does the star look good? I want to hear your guys' opinion. Does that star look... Is the star looking pretty good? Alright, so once we get this angle going off, there actually will be a little planter area right here as well. Alright, is this what I'm looking on? Alright, because I believe I got the angle correct here. Because this will also continue here. And the planter area will begin at this point as well. So one thing I need to do is get this queue line finished, and then we can actually make the hill here and actually continue onwards to the next section of the park. And that's going to be very, very good. So anyways, getting back to you guys' your guys' comments. The star looks awesome. Thank you very much. I hope it looks good. You guys are all saying it's looking good. But I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I love hearing the feedback. I think this actually does look very good myself. Like, I'm very impressed with it. The Outlaw Run star is pretty awesome. It's also a Pokestop on Pokemon Go, if you didn't know. So next time you go to Silver Dollar City, the star is a Pokestop. Just in case anyone cared. If anyone even still plays that game. I haven't played it in a long time. Because it has kind of died out a little bit. It really has. Alright, so I need to kind of get an idea of how far this is going to go up. How far this is going to go. Getting the kind of the angle here. Alright, so this is going to go around here because the Trailblazer is all the way out on the outside. And then it will angle back. It's almost like a triangular spot. So that's about good right there. And then we'll start angling it this way more. So about right there is a good spot. If I can just select it. There we go. Alright, I want to try and make this even, so we're going to do our best to make it even. Because I got to do this outside part as well. Oh gosh. Alright, so we'll make that all even. Because now we're going to have to go that way, in a sense. Because we got to line the Trailblazer up with the this entrance gate here, or this gate, or this pathway right there. All right, back to the comments a little bit. You've never heard of Silver Dollar City until this live stream. What? You've never heard of Silver Dollar City? I mean, it is a smaller park, but then again, come on, you got Outlaw Run. That's pretty much what put it on the map, was this ride. Looks really good. Thank you very much. Pokemon Go. Oh, wait, that dead game. Yeah, that dead game. It still makes $1 million. Millions of dollars. All the people that played fell off a cliff. I didn't. I played it. Never seen that Pokemon before. Every time I say saying triangular, you think of the Mine Song. Anyone else do the same? Never seen that Pokemon before. Oh my gosh. Ash and his Pokemon. Alright, so there's a wall here as well. Let's see if I think I have a reference photo of it. I don't remember if I got it in the picture or not, though. There might be a reference photo of it. I thought I put more pictures here. No. I thought I had more. I could have swore I had more. Where are all of the pictures? I got that picture, and then yeah, I don't have a picture of it. See, you can't take too many pictures when taking reference photos. All right, so let's just move on here. So we're gonna set this straight, because it immediately, actually it does. I shouldn't have done that. Ah. That's okay. Because we got to get the perfect angle here of, the perfect angle to make the perfect triangle. Now this one's just a little bit lighter. It's not as... It's actually longer than the other one. So if I do this correctly, should put me about right... Oh, this is almost perfect. Should be about right here. Alright, and I can actually make those longer accordingly. Accordingly, whatever you want to call it. Those words. Alright, so we're going to keep the same angle for each row here. It's a little bit of a tight curve. Ah, that's why. We actually do need to keep this going a little bit. It's going to be... I didn't think of that this is actually going to go on a little bit longer. Whoops. Otherwise, it's not going to stay the same width. Because we got to have that same width. Oh, gosh. Alright, that looks pretty good width-wise. Because this is going to be the planter area right there. What kind of triangle are you looking for, Joe? Anyways, this is the triangle piece right here. Like this. That's actually going to be a little scenery area that has like some trees and bushes and stuff actually inside of it. So that's what. Alright, there's actually a turnaround spot here. See if I can get a good picture of it. Yes, so we'll be meeting at the corner. So this one doesn't need to be as long. We'll do it like that. And then we'll do the epic turnaround. And we'll actually start connecting these. So I'm going to do this and, oh gosh. Must have still had the other one selected. Alright, Control X. Angle snap. Let's make this is a complete turnaround here, so we'll go ahead and get this in here. Alright, we're going off the map a little bit. That's not where we went. Alright, we gotta make sure the width on this is good. Should be about right there. And then just rotate it 90 degrees. Yeah, that'll be good. Then we literally have to connect these two, and we'll pretty much be done with that. Whew. And I hope I did it correctly. Alright, we're going to move this down. Alright. Get ready for the beautiful moment where we connect everything. All the puzzle pieces come together. Whoops. Give it another second and the puzzle pieces will come together. It's actually going to fit quite nicely. We'll put that there. And we'll just have a longer piece here. Or we can do that. That works too. Oh, that feels so good. Actually, we still have to do all this too still. But we got the hard part out of the way. And that's, you know, that's the main thing. We got the unfun hard part out of the way. Now we get to do the rest of the hard stuff later on. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now... Oh, these are still a part of it. So I'm gonna snag these, because the outside fences are actually different here. And we're going to match this up with this. Because we have similar fences. The only thing is we're going to have to change the color of this, which will be not an issue at all. So, the only thing I'm going to kind of mess with is actually make this up a little bit. Move these just a pinch higher, like so. And I'm going to select all of them and change the color. So I actually want them the same color as this. There we go. I put it, now that that's in there, we can change the color of these, because these have that green tint. We don't want the green tint. We don't want the brown. There we go. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to take these, and I'm going to throw this to this side as well. And we are going to move all this down. So I'm going to double up here. Yeah. Speed things up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to speed some things up. Alright, that's going to take us to about right here. And it is beautiful. And we got to figure out the rest of this by figuring out which places go where. So this one will come down, and that should be every other one. So we got to copy some of these. Do that, and I want to get rid of that piece there, and that's just a little bit too far for us, so I don't want to. Well, maybe we should have a post going through there. Definitely would make sense. Yeah, we'll put a post on these pieces here. Alright, so I'm going to try and copy all these to where we need them. So the should one go there. Another one should go about right here. That way you have your turnaround areas. I'm going to make those a little bit longer though. That way it's not such a big area for the turnaround. Oh no! Why did the advanced move tool move off there? That was weird. Why did that happen? Oh my gosh, sorry. Alright. Sorry, I'm way behind. How long am I going to live stream? I don't know, just until I get to a stopping point, I guess. Alright. Let's continue this all the way here. And I actually want to check that. Is that... Yes, it is perfectly straight. So that's going to be the closest we can get, but that's okay. That works just fine. All right. So that's looking good. And now I just want to move these down a bit further. Like just a pinch. Like so. For all these. And one more. Alright, and this fence should actually continue on to this side. If my calculations are correct. Here, I'll select 2 sets here. Because I'm awesome like that. We'll snap at 90 degrees here. Now this, let's make this as wide as a normal pathway here. And then we'll adjust that to where we need it. Alright, that should be good. Because again, we're going to delete the ground right here. And actually just use natural paths there as well. Oh my. Alright, there is a bit of a gap here between these. So we gotta watch out for that. Just watched my latest Central Ridge episode, and you have to say it's a great story park. That's awesome, and you started a story park on RCT 2 this past weekend. I used to do those myself. I didn't live stream because it was before my YouTube days, but I kind of did that myself. I would create kind of like a story park kind of on my own, and it was a lot of fun to do, so I just have fun with it. It's the main idea with those story parks, is to have fun. Just creating a little bit of a story, you know? Alright, I can actually shorten these up anyways, if I need to make that gap there. Alright, so they'll come around this way and this one. Alright, so we're going to edit this building. I'm going to get rid of some of these. Because this one will go straight that way. They'll come around this way, so we're going to create another fence over here. And to do that, oh gosh, there it is. I got confused there for a second. I was like, where's my moving tool mechanism thing? Because that's what I'm going to call it. Alright, we'll adjust the tent area as well. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to create our green fences here. Alright, let's see if I can't get that selected. Give me the green one. Give me it. Give me the... Okay. You're not going to do it, so we'll have to deal with the diagonal stuff. At least for right now. So let's just select, we're going to select 2, and it usually resolves it. At least, I hope it does. Okay. There we go. So this fence will go over here. Alright, because this will enter back through here. So we need to get rid of this post for right now. Okay, and I haven't completed the fence going all the way this direction just yet, so... Alright, so we're gonna have to select one of these. Goes even, and then actually gonna have to place a cross section here, which actually is not big enough, or too big, so we need to get a smaller piece. Alright, and I believe this should go all the way over there. Oh gosh. One sec. I wish I could zoom in on the queue line a little bit more on the Google Maps, but I can't. So they're both entrances and exits to this is on that side. This comes around actually a bit further this way. That's right. Maybe. I will get this if it's the last thing I do. So we still got to make the wall for the Trailblazer entrance as well. But anyways, that's coming along nicely. So let's go ahead and save real quick. We haven't saved in a while, so it's always a good idea to save. We're going to resume. And let's see where we're at. Alright, so the hill should actually start right here. And I'm going to go into this and edit as the same building here. And I'm going to build the wall over here because we need that wall. And for it, we're going to use this for right now. So let's go to building. We're going to line it up with this angle snap off. Alright, as long as we're close here. Because it's not very long. Alright, that will do right there. Might lower this down just a bit too. It's probably not that tall. But it's tall enough. So, the gate is actually going to be about right here, which lines this up pretty perfectly, at least pretty close, because this gate's going to be about right here. Well, I can make it a little bit further. It's going to be about right here, and then this gate's going to be over here. And everything will work out okay. At least I hope. And then we'll get into the giant swing area, which is actually going to be further, actually, this direction, over here. I'm going to have so much empty space back here, I feel like, though. Quite a bit. And the Lost River is going to come through here. And this area. I almost feel like I could move. Maybe not. This is going to be interesting. We'll see how everything goes. It's starting to get a little toasty in my room, though. I will say that. Let's see. Man, I'm so proud of this area. I think we're doing good, and we got the Outlaw Run star. We're doing awesome. Who knows how many hours I'll have put into this by the end. I'm very curious, actually, of how many hours we'll end up being into this. Actually, see if I can hold these. It's not gonna hold that, or not gonna go in the spot I want it. Well, darn. I'll just have to place another part for that. And then the steam train's gonna come back this direction. I actually know an issue that I put in on the track layout that actually might help out with it just a bit. It's not a big issue, something I can easily change. Take off your shirt. Who says I was wearing one in the first place? Who says I was wearing anything? Right? Alright, this is gonna be... It's gonna be hard to do. But this fits a lot better. Where did this big hole come from? The cave's not down here. Let's close that up. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is we're going to do our best to create this hill. Using a lot of different tools that will hopefully work. Smooth tool, the push tool, the pull tool. Every tool that you can think of. We just gotta change the size a couple times. Use the smooth tool a lot. And hopefully we'll get where we want to be. Alright, the steam train should be going about right through here. But one thing is certain, the terrain is no laughing matter here in this park. My work is cut out for me. There we go. So we're going to create this. Hopefully. It's a pretty steep hill, but it's not like super steep to where like you're gonna die from going down the hill, but and we'll just smooth it up here. Let's see, we need to be more of an more of an angle here, aligned with this just a bit. Yeah. Okay. All right, flatten to foundation. And then we'll do that down here because it's pretty flat. For the most part, it's not always gonna ever be completely flat, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. And as for the swing, we could probably move it a little bit further this way. And the giant barn swing will be the next ride that we will be working on. Shouldn't take too long, honestly. I think I can make the barn pretty well. I think I've actually made it before, just messing around at one point, so hopefully that'll be pretty easy to actually create with no issues. At least that's what I'm hoping. Alright, so let's get this smoothed out, making it look more like more of a hill rather than like a mountain. Man, the terrain is definitely going to be probably the biggest challenge in actually creating Silver Dollar City. It's pretty intense, pretty insane to actually work with it, so. Alright, I want to make sure this is got the right level of steepness to it. I don't know why I exited out of the terrain, no clue why. You just gotta mess with around with this, with the smooth tool and then the flatten tool, kind of. Always an interesting thing to work with. And then we just gotta find some pieces, because there's actually like this big concrete piece that will actually go down this direction. I'm gonna go from the Google Maps and take a look from the top area here. Yeah, so if I go down here, this road actually goes right by the barrel roll a little bit and actually heads down that direction, so that'll actually be pretty good. And this is a back section, so I'm not gonna do it too much, but the train tracks are actually gonna be heading through here, so that's also something to note. Train track's gonna come right around here and right around the last turn and come right through there. And the roundhouse is actually right there as well. So that's gonna do that. And the train tracks actually do go through the ride about right here as well at the same time. And they go through a tunnel. It goes through a tunnel and then back around here, which is actually real close to Powder Keg, which is also kind of cool. So we'll see how that works. All right, we're getting there. I truly believe we are getting there. So we'll get rid of that and make that look more... Yeah, so let's do this. We're going to go in here, press edit building. I'm going to keep that piece for right now. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all these pieces here. Or building pieces. Because this is literally the wood chipped area. There's not actually any concrete in the extended queue line. I used that more as a guide, or all these as a guide. It's kind of why I had those in the first place. But we don't need those, so I'll keep that one there for right now. And then we can go ahead and delete that. And I know we're going to probably end up changing this anyways, but that's the closest we can get to wood chips for right now. And it actually looks pretty decent. I could pass up for wood chips if you're kind of from a distance. Kind of looks like it. That looks like it. Especially from right here. I could believe that's wood chips. But we're going to have to adjust all the paths as well, so all the pathing all has to be adjusted, of course, and we will figure that out. And that'll be good. Okay, so I kind of want to get into the area of the giant barn swing. To be honest, I kind of want to. So, let's see. I kind of want to use like regular pathing almost. After seeing Silverette's pathing tutorial, I feel like I could do something with it. But let's see, that would be gravel. And we're going to have to use it at some point anyways. Alright, so that would be the width. The only thing is it's going to be kind of hard to do with what we have. So let me bring up some reference photos and I'm going to see how this... Because I did take a couple of pictures of the giant swing area. Alright, I got a phone call. I will be right back after I mute myself for a moment. Alright, I am back. Another phone call that I had to take. Why do those always happen when I'm doing stuff? It's like I'm trying to do a stream here. Hello? Alright, so anyways. Alright, the queue line's almost complete. I'm actually very excited for that. It's pretty cool. So there's actually a double section around right here. Or another section right there, which we'll get to. But that's gonna be the really cool parts. I'm still so excited about the star. Looks cool. Really cool. Alright, so I'm not sure on the barn swing just yet. Let's see, I'm probably gonna have to move it. I'm sure. Alright, so it would approximately be somewhere over around right here. If I'm looking at Google Maps, I'm gonna get the same angle from looking straight up as my park. It's always a good idea to do it. And then you can kind of get an idea of where to place things. So, if I'm looking straight up from right here, swing is approximately... It's approximately about right here. Roughly, yeah. Because the pathway kind of curves around here a little bit, and that will be good. And then the high-low silos will be just outside that. We're gonna push it. I think we're gonna push it around right there. And then we're gonna make the barn for that, so that will be good on that. But anyways, I think that's a pretty good stopping point. We got quite a bit done for this area. You know, it's just hard to move on to different sections because you got to make sure as you move along that you do at least some pinpoints. You know where some things are gonna go. Otherwise, you could get yourself in kind of a bad spot, proportion-wise of where things are located and stuff like that. So that's going to be kind of the challenge here, working from the back of the park, where Outlaw Run is, to the front of the park. So anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I think it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun as well and enjoyed the stream, because I enjoyed it. I think we're in a good spot right now, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. So I can't wait to move forward with Silver Dollar City and this park. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. So I can't wait to get further into it, and it's going to be fun. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you guys next time. If you want some merchandise, be sure to check. I don't know if I actually have the link in the description on this one, but anyways, check it out anyways. It's awesome. So I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.